was a bit hesitant to do this video because I believe mindsets can generate a cultish following, whereby they are perceived as a panacea for learning. They are not, but they're important nonetheless, so I overcame my hesitation and here we are. Much educational research has gone into confirming what you already know as a parent or as an educator. How students think and feel about themselves and their abilities is enormously important for their success. To encourage academic perseverance and success, there are 3 key mindsets that have been identified. First, the growth mindset, the belief that intelligence is malleable and effort will lead to increased competence. 2, belonging mindset, the belief that one belongs in their environment at school. 3, purpose and relevance mindset, the belief in the value of the work and a sense of self-efficacy and the ability to succeed. Students with a growth mindset believe that intelligence is malleable and that they can improve their skills through effort, trying new strategies, and seeking support. These students are more likely to focus on mastery goals, are more willing to take on challenges, and rebound more easily from negative feedback and failures compared to a student with a fixed mindset. It makes sense, right? It is also important to recognize that research reveals that the students who benefit the most from a growth mindset tend to be the students who are already having success. This is why it is very risky to assume that a struggle learning is magically resolved through mindsets. The most powerful ally of a growth mindset is equipping a student to succeed at learning, which entails learning how to learn effectively. While it may be difficult to manage a seemingly unmotivated child, it is not difficult to understand why a child who has experienced consistent failure would feel such a way towards learning. After all, it is only rational to stop doing something that continues to produce failure and negativity. In this example, it is very likely that the child is living with weaknesses or gaps in cognition that are inhibiting their ability to learn. Failure is psychologically very, very undesirable. Trust me. I know this firsthand, but we will cover failure on a separate video. The important point to remember is that it is highly atypical for a student to fail without good reason. Asking the student to be motivated and to continue trying can be both ineffective and even harmful. Regardless of age, all humans need to feel as if they are accepted and valuable contributors to cultivate a sense of belonging. The belonging mindset differs from a growth mindset because it is a byproduct of the school and classroom environment instead of a skill to be developed. The belonging mindset is important because students with a belonging mindset are able to be their authentic self. Similarly, they believe that they fit in and that because they fit in, they trust both their teachers and their peers. This means that their cognitive energy is available for learning. Specifically, attention is no longer bifurcated between academics and social threat, but instead, it is focused primarily on the task at hand. In fact, repeated worries about belonging or lack thereof can result in a detachment from a particular setting such as school. Conversely, those who do belong are receptive to feedback and likely to persist in the face of a challenge. Studies have also shown that students who self-report a strong sense of belonging performed much better academically. For example, one study that surveyed over 500,000 students at 1,000 schools found that students who reported high feelings of belonging earned higher standardized test scores, demonstrated consistent attendance, and minimal disciplinary events. In addition, these same students reported more favorably on self-management and growth mindset questions regardless of their ethnic background or gender. Research on belonging programs supports their impact on shrinking the achievement gap. One program focused on messaging around adversity, chiefly stating the narrative away from belonging and towards universality, meaning students were encouraged to view setbacks as part of life that passes. Hardship was no longer attributed to lack of belonging, and as such, students who experienced the brief belonging programming earned GPAs in the top quartile of their class. An alternative study found that interventions to soothe worry about a lack of belonging raised college grades for minority students. When am I ever going to use this is a question most ponder at some point during their academic journey. Supportive adults who promote a purpose and relevance mindset address the question. However, the children themselves are the ones who provide the answer. To understand the purpose and relevance mindset, consider a group of students who have a choice to complete a set of simple math problems or watch media without any consequence. Which do you think they choose? Learners who spent time reflecting on how they could contribute to others were better able to persist for longer in the face of boredom and temptation. Consider another group of students who have low expectations of their own success in a science course. When required to keep a journal that discussed the usability of the material in life beyond class, those students earned higher grades. The purpose and relevance mindset indicates that students who are able to identify the purpose of schoolwork, including seeing the relevance to life beyond the walls of school, are also more likely to engage with material, persevere through monotonous tasks, and disregard distraction. I would like to reiterate the first point I made to manage expectations. Having the right mindset is not sufficient for academic success. In fact, I believe it is a mistake to pursue mindsets as a panacea for learning, as it fails to consider the cognitive dimension of learning, the complexity of learning, and the cognitive diversity inherent to every classroom around the globe. Naturally, it is critical for students to feel safe, appreciated, and excited about the material they are learning. Then they're more likely to be intrinsically motivated to put in the work required and to flourish. Mindsets are certainly an important ingredient to learning success. However, they are not a recipe.